Joining now for more on Liddy's testimony today are two congressional members, Democratic Congressman Gary Peters of Michigan and Republican Congresswoman Michele Bachmann of Minnesota. Both of them sit on the Subcommittee on Capital Markets, Insurance, and Government-Sponsored Enterprises, which is holding today's hearings. So you both have skin in the game. You'll both be out there. I will start first with Michele Bachmann, and I like that you're both here, and I want to explain to our viewers. Michele is a tax litigation attorney. Gary has a master's in business administration and a law degree. So you both understand what perhaps can and could not be done regarding these bonuses. But Representative Bachmann, what do you hope to learn about AIG's use of federal funds regarding the bonuses and how all the money is being allocated?
Well, there's a number of questions that I think all the members of the committee will have. First of all will be, what is the exit strategy to get the American taxpayer out of AIG and out of these private businesses? We're only beginning to learn where all of the tax money has gone from AIG. At least $20 billion has gone to pay off foreign investors who've invested in AIG. I don't think the American taxpayers signed up to bail out foreign investors. This is an economic quagmire. We need to get the American taxpayer out of bailing out these failed businesses. This is $173 billion plus that we have invested. It's a black hole. I don't think that the American taxpayers should have to pony up any more money for a failed enterprise like AIG.
Representative Peters, a lot of times you get the American public huddled before the televisions like it's the landing on the moon for these things. Everybody wants to watch it, and all they see is a lot of bloviating. I'm interested to know if there will be fact-finding on your behalf. What do you want to find out here?
Well, I hope there is fact-finding. This should not just be a media circus. We've got a lot of information that we need to find out, certainly about an exit strategy, which I think are very good questions. And in terms of the bonus and compensation, which is what everybody is talking about right now, I think we need to be thinking generally about compensation in these financial firms and looking at those compensation matrix and how those are determined. I think it's what is really outrageous to the American public now, and myself as well, is that you have individuals at AIG, the very individuals that contributed to AIG being brought to their knees, losing billions of dollars and contributing to this financial mess, getting $160 million in bonuses. Basically, these individuals failed, and they failed in a spectacular fashion.
I want that deal.
How could they be awarded? Absolutely.
How could they be able to get paid so much money? Look, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, House Finance Committee Chairman Barney Frank struck a chord yesterday when he said we should approach the AIG situation from the standpoint of the government and the taxpayer being the owner of the company now. Let's listen in.
I think the time has come to exercise our ownership rights. We own most of the company, and then say as owner, no, I'm not paying you the bonus. You didn't perform.
Representative Bachmann, how much leverage does the government realistically have in retrieving these bonuses?
Well, we have all the leverage in the world. We do own AIG, and that's exactly the problem. I don't want to have the American taxpayer owning private companies. That's when we get the government into extra constitutional business.
But now that we do, Representative Bachmann, can we retrieve the bonuses?
Sure, we can do anything we want to do, but what we need to do is get out and stop pouring money down a black hole. Just like we should not have the Obama administration running Detroit with GM or Chrysler. This is what will happen. We'll see more of this. The more government stays involved in private businesses, we will see more of these fiascos. Government was never designed to run private businesses. That we need to get out. And we need to return these businesses to the private hands, or they need to fail, and we need to be prepared to accept that.
Representative Peters, you're the one with the law degree. Is there some type of sort of clause that might enable this to get back the money, or is this a red herring, and do we need to look at what Representative Bachmann is talking about and, let me say it, let AIG fail? Everybody's so nervous about that and the so-called systemic risk.
Well, first off, let me say that I've proposed a bill that I proposed yesterday that would use the tax code to recover that money for the taxpayers. This money is being paid out, and to me, the best approach right now would be to put a tax of roughly about 100%. That brings that money back to the taxpayers where it belongs. It is a bill that only deals with situations where you have substantial investments of taxpayer money in a company, in this case over $170 billion. And basically my approach is that there shouldn't be any bonuses paid out until the taxpayers are paid back first. After the taxpayers are paid back, the company is free to pay any bonuses they'd like and have any kind of compensation schedule, but they need to pay back the taxpayers first.
I would
Liz?
love that. Yes, go ahead.
Liz?
Yep.
The bigger question is, when will we get a payback of the tranche of $173 billion? This was $165 million that was paid out in bonuses. What about the $173 billion that the taxpayers have already invested into AIG? When will we get paid that money back? It doesn't look like it will be anytime soon. And let's not forget, it was the Obama stimulus bill that contains the clause that prohibits the federal government from bringing those bonuses back in. It was a clause slipped in by Chris Dodd.
Yes,
and we
it
members
was.
of Congress,
Yes, it
we were prevented from reading this bill because we didn't even have the bill online until
And
after
let me
midnight.
end on
We had to debate
Representative
it.
Pete. What about Chris Dodd slipping that in that actually allowed these bonuses to be given out? Quickly, if you could.
Well, my understanding is the deal's going forward. The bill says forward, that these bonuses cannot be paid. It wasn't backward-looking, it was forward-looking. It doesn't prohibit us from doing that now. Now we need to get a solution, bring that money back to the taxpayers
No, it actually
and bring
does.
it back now.
Well, I can say this much.
it
that
actually
Henry
does
Paulson, the
prohibit
Treasury
these bonuses.
Secretary, probably wanted something that allowed those bonuses too, because he came from Wall Street and he has that mentality that, oh, you can't retain anybody on Wall Street unless you promise them millions in bonuses. Folks, and I'm talking to the viewers now, it is an unspoken word on Wall Street that you get paid 100 to 200 grand base salary, but then the promise of the bonus comes through. But usually, as I understand it, to both of you representatives, it's based on performance, and we know the performance with AIG was dismal. All right, thanks to both of you. Congress members Gary Peters, Michele
Thanks so
Bachmann will
much,
be
Liz.
watching both
Thank
of you today. You're welcome.